our installer that we just made, Windows Defender.exe, is not going to work during T13 or SVC pack. You can use it with WPI. You can run it manually on first login. But I'm going to show you guys a little trick how to make a SVC pack add-on, but it's going to install during run once EX. So I want you to open config.txt and we're going to add a line. We're going to add a line called auto install. I'm going to put equals and double quotes, okay? So in here we're gonna this is what's gonna launch if you launch Windows Defender EXE, the one that I just deleted, with the -AI parameter. So if you launch Windows Defender.exe with -AI, it's gonna skip this run program and it's gonna do whatever you put here, okay? So let's put what we wanted. We wanted to add a run once EX reg entry, okay? I'll show you what I mean. Okay, I have one here already compiled, already written out. So it's gonna do reg. It's gonna use the reg.exe command line tool in C Windows System 32, registry console. It's gonna use this, and it's gonna do reg add. Okay. If you want to know how to use the reg command line tool, you open a CMD window and you do reg and /? Okay, and then you do whatever you want to do, reg add /? And it explains more. Something that I don't have time for right now. Okay. So I'm going to copy this. I already have this pre-written. So I'm going to copy this. Oh, one thing, we're going to hide the command window. So when you use reg.exe, it launches like an ugly CMD window. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a command that's built into the SFX hide console. We're going to use HID con hide console, and then you use a colon, and here is where we paste what I just copied. Okay. Okay, let me explain this a little bit more. So when you launch the Windows Defender EXE, it's gonna hide the command window. Then it's gonna do reg add, and it's gonna add a key to HKey local machine software Microsoft Windows current version run once EX, and it's gonna add a key called Win Defender. This can be anything you want. You can name it Yo Mama. You can name it Yo Mama, whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Same here. Install. This is the value. This is the name of the command it's gonna get. You can name this again. Fuck you, whatever. F you. It doesn't matter. You can do type. You can change the type. So you do T. Reg _ SZ. You can do reg expand or whatever. But if you don't use a type, it's gonna assume automatically that it's reg SZ. The data is what's here. This is the data. Okay, so let me delete this run once EX that I have right here. So I'm gonna delete that. Okay. Okay, so as you can see, I'm using double backspaces. That assumes only one backspace. And if you don't forget, if you have like a space in your reg add, you're gonna have to quote it. You're gonna have to quote this section. So you're gonna put a backspace and a quote here. And on this end, you're going to put a backspace and a quote. But since our line doesn't have any spaces in it, we're going to leave it just like this without any quotes. Same here. If this has a space, you're going to have to quote that. And here too, if you're going to have to quote that. Okay. So let me explain this variable right here. Double percentages and an S. If you open the CHM that I provide, with the silent switch maker, you can read more about this, what it does. So as you can see right here, this is the full path to the SFX archive. What that means is wherever I launch the Windows Defender EXE that I compile, this, whatever is here, is going to change to the path of wherever I launched it. Okay, so this, I'll show you right now how it changes. So if you want to put a variable for the full extraction path, that's C Windows user's profile temp, I believe, or if you use run and you do double percentage, you do temp. This is by default the full extraction path. So this is, as you can see here, we have a bunch of temp 7-zip installers that were launched. So okay, that's my user profile temp folder. It's all full of junk. Okay, so what more can I explain? I think I covered it all. Oh, don't forget /F. If you do reg add slash, question mark, it's gonna explain more about these switches. So you guys feel free to ask on the forum too. I can explain a little bit more in detail. So okay, so that's the trick right there. Now I'm gonna show you how to add this. Okay, I'm gonna show you how to do that. Okay, so now we just compile our executable like we did before. So if we double click it, what's gonna happen? It's gonna do Windows Defender MSI /UN transforms, no launch, not MST, no restart. But if we launch this installer with this -AI, so we go to more options, file management, execute with parameters, and we use -AI. This is gonna launch the auto install line. Okay, the reg add. See, if you look at my registry, you see nothing in run once EX. Okay, so we're gonna launch the Windows Defender EXE with -AI. So we're gonna execute it. It's extracting to the temp file, but nothing is gonna install. Okay, it's gonna skip okay, as we can see, it's done. Now let me hit F5 to refresh. As you can see, a new line was added, a new key, a Windows Defender key with a name, install, regSZ. It assumed regSZ by default, because I didn't specify the type. And as you can see, the 2% in the S changed to C, users, Ricardo, desktop, silent switch maker, and Windows Defender.exe. Let me move it here so you can see it all. See, the double percentages with the S, the variable changed to the path of wherever I execute it. If I launch this from C Windows, this would be C Windows, Windows Defender.exe. So as you can see, during SVC pack, this is what gets added. Okay. So when you first log in, the run once EX is going to launch, and it's going to launch this key, and it's going to launch install, and it's going to install the Windows Defender EXE wherever you've launched the EXE from with the -AI command. So if it's, let's say, C or D i386 SVC pack, this is going to be D. This is going to be D i386 SVC pack Windows Defender.exe. So I hope I explained it good enough. I know it's kind of hard to explain right now because I can't think of the words, but so let me explain a little bit better. So in your entries.ini file, we're gonna take our installer, we're gonna put it in an SVC pack folder. So we got a new folder, we're gonna name SVC pack, and we're gonna put our Windows Defender installer in it. And we need an entries.ini file. So here it is. And we're going to edit that. So right here we're going to put the name of our installer, Windows Defender .exe. Okay, now instead of just launching the installer to install it right now, we're going to do -AI. And instead of launching the installer, the run program line, it's going to do the reg add. Okay, and it's going to add that run once EX line. And during first login, what it's gonna do is it's gonna launch the regular install. So let's say if you just double click this, it's gonna install normally. It's the reg add is not gonna happen or anything. So what we're gonna do is then you zip these together. Win Defender add-on, and there you have it. There you have your finished EXE silent switch add-on. It works normally if you double click it, but if you run it with that special parameter, what's going to happen is going to do a reg add, and it's going to add the run once EX reg entries. So let's say if I rebooted right now, it's going to install normally. So I hope I explained it good enough. I hope you guys understand. If you don't, ask in the forum. I'll explain a little better. Oh, I want to take this opportunity to say, guys, hey, if anybody has any old PC parts, I could use them. Can you, if you want, you can please donate them to me. Because my mom's PC got fried the other day, and I really need it. So if you guys can help out right there in that department, if you got any old PC part, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. I mean, she only uses it for making tests and surfing the web. I'm teaching her how to surf the web. Okay, so there you have it. That's your Windows Defender SVC pack, but run once EX. So it's a hybrid. SVC pack add-on, but it installs during run 1CX. Okay, good luck guys.